Hello guys, and welcome back to another CAFcast. Today we are taking another step into the investment into the CAFcast. I have purchased a Nikon D5300 to replace the iPhone 6 Plus that we're currently using. The video, as I'm sure you guys would agree, isn't too bad with the iPhone, but I'm struggling with lighting. I'm struggling to get enough light into the sensor because obviously it's quite a small image sensor. And it just doesn't really quite make the grade when I'm doing things like work on my other channel, ASMR Cast, where I'm trying to get some sort of like headshots and stuff done. So basically it's all boiled down to getting a new camera. I was looking for the cheapest way of getting a camera that can do 1080p at 60 frames per second with some interchangeable lens opportunity and kind of the way of doing that just as cheaply and as effectively as possible without looking bad on a nice large image sensor. And it turns out the SLR is the best way of doing that. The 3300 actually does it as well, almost in exactly the same way, but doesn't have the Wi-Fi card. So you can't use your iPhone or other sort of smartphone as like a reference screen, for example, when you're framing a shot. You can't use the screen at the back because it doesn't rotate when you're doing sort of like face-on content. Anyway, basically it all boiled down to this being pretty much the best option, and Canon actually don't really do any 60 frames per second cameras at all in the kind of the prosumer range, I suppose. So I got this. I also got myself a 128 gig SD card, so I've got plenty of space to make sure that I can just record for an hour or two and not have to worry about it. I actually bought that one in particular because I'm future-proofing up for 4K when the channel goes to 4K inevitably. But at the moment, unfortunately, I can't afford to go that high into this whole thing. This is pretty much gonna wipe me out for a little while, so it's probably quite good a time to say if you guys are enjoying all the stuff that I'm doing. Things like this are only possible because we have people share the videos, share the channel, and also we have a Patreon, which is at the end of every single video that you can click on, which has some really great incentives. So if you like the CAFcast, then check that out, and that helps us get things like this that we invest into the channel. Anyway, carry on with the unboxing. We've got ourselves a nice CD of some description. I have no idea what that's all about. Doesn't seem to be anything super interesting, so we'll pop that to one side. We've got warranty information slips, which we can leave as well, and the good old-fashioned user manual, which I probably won't go into too much detail about because, as a shout out for you guys who have been getting cameras recently, KenRockwell.com does really great reviews on bits and pieces and sort of like gives you sort of user guides about how to actually get these things up and running in a sort of like a decent level, what he feels are the best kind of like settings to set up in manual mode or aperture priority. And you can run through things in that way, which is a whole lot easier. Anyway, the first thing that we have, the camera itself is obviously a kit camera. It has the new version of the Nikon 18 to 55 millimeter VR2 lens. This is a vibration reduction lens that actually has the ability to lock all the way in. So you can see here, the lens itself actually has 18 all the way up through to 55, as you can see there, and it has the ability to lock the lens all the way down as well, so it becomes a very small, almost the size of like a good prime lens actually, which is really cool. I might be buying more lenses later on. I haven't decided yet because I haven't decided what system I'm going to be sticking with. If Nikon bring out the 6300 and that has 4K on it, boom, I'm done. I'll stick with Nikon. But until we know, I'm going to have to sort of just see how it goes. So this lens is going to be our main daily driver and do all of our work. We can turn vibration reduction on and off with switches, and you can change the fixed pan, manual mode or automatic for focus. Will probably be in manual for video quite a lot because that means that we can frame a shot and then not have to worry about it trying to autoframe, because it will automatically adjust the focus as you move in and out of shot, because it has that ability now on SLRs, which is very, very cool. So we'll pop that down. I'm just going to put this box kind of over to the top here, and we'll just start putting these things down as we go. So that's the actual lens there. We'll pop that there at the top. We'll get the other bits and pieces out before we get the camera out. Battery, very important. Power's the damn thing. Nikon lithium-ion battery pack, which obviously is rechargeable with what looks like this battery charger, MH24. Now, this is pretty cool, actually. It looks like it doesn't have any power, big old messy power cables. It looks like, actually, we've got a UK adapter. Let's have a little look and see whether this is what I think it is. It looks pretty good. So you have the Nikon battery pack, and rather than having loads of messy cables and stuff, you have essentially got this, which looks like... So that's like the US version, right? It just has that sort of like bit that comes out like that. And then the UK version, you take that part and you connect it in to there, and then boom, you have a UK plug battery charger thing. That is very, very cool. I had a D50 maybe a long time ago. We're talking, well, I say a long time ago. We're probably talking about sort of 5 or 6 years ago since I've owned an SLR, and that had like a massive mess of cable. So to have something as neat as that can just sit on, in the power brick or something like that is really, really good, really useful. We have a camera strap, obviously, which is pretty important. Which will probably stay on the camera, to be honest with you, but you won't see it that much because it's going to be on a tripod 9 times out of 10, unless I actually take it out in the real world, because I might be doing that for some ASMR videos that are going to be coming up very, very soon. We also have a USB cable to connect up to transfer data from the camera itself. Again, that's something I'll probably use, but I think that connection there is a micro USB, which is the same as the PS4, so I probably actually won't even use that cable. It can stay in there along with the video cable. And that seems to be it for that side, I think. Yep. So the camera itself, so we'll move all this out of the way here. The camera itself is in here. Now I do have sort of like some tripods and bits and pieces because of all the kit that I've already purchased, including the H4n that I'm using over here, which is my new kind of USB audio interface and microphone adapter. I've bought a horseshoe mount which will connect this part here onto the camera's horseshoe here. So to give you guys an idea, that would be kind of how I'll just get the actual bits and pieces out here, and I'll put the actual lens on the camera so you guys can all see how that looks. So you line up the lines, as you guys can see here, and then give it a nice twist until it clicks, and boom, there we go. That's what the camera looks like. That's what it's like when it's all kind of like tucked away. Push your button, twist around, 18mm, 55. As you can see, it kind of does kind of tuck away very nicely. I'm very impressed with that, because that was one of the things about these cameras originally, was the portability was not the best. And then, as I said before, so that's basically going to amount sort of there. So you can see when I'm actually doing videos, I'll just rest this on here, just for 2 seconds if I can. I'm doing videos, my face is on this side, and then you've got the left and the right pan, which is obviously going to be very good. And we can set up a nice frame shot with that as well. So that's really cool. It's really, really cool. I think for all the real life content, I mean, even on the channel right now, this is only not being used because I haven't actually unplugged. I need to buy a special long cable for this because I don't have a big long mini USB cable. The USB audio interfaces that I'm using to recording this now is going to be replaced with this, and essentially this is going to become my daily just workhorse for all my audio work. So all the stuff I do on the CAFcast, all the stuff I do on the ASMR cast, real life stuff, everything is pretty much going to be going straight through this. You do the recording directly onto here, which hasn't got an SD card on it, and then you have an output that's on here as well, which you can then plug into the camera, into the port that's just here on the side. And then what you basically do inside there, you can see at the top there where my finger is, and then basically all you do is you can get it all set up so that you can easily sync the video, because it will have the audio in here, which is a lower quality. The higher video quality audio stays on here, and then we just sync that up in post-production in Premiere Pro. So yeah, I've been working really, really hard getting this stuff all sorted out, so I hope it's coming across nicely. The actual camera itself, pretty straightforward. You have your automatic mode, and you have your video modes, and you basically, the way that it works is you set your priority that you want. So aperture priority is probably what we use most of the time. You flick this button down for live view, and in fact what I'll quickly do is this is also obviously what you can do, because most of the time if we're going to be doing shots that are framed like this, so this is me kind of looking at the camera, the screen obviously will be used to actually frame the shot up whilst we're doing that. So if I take this and flip it round, then what we should be able to do is turn the camera on, unless the battery isn't actually plugged into the device, because that's quite important, you know, quite important to have batteries plugged into things, because otherwise they don't work properly. You know, that's generally the way that it works. No battery, no powery. There we go. So that's it, and it still is a very nice light camera. I mean, I am actually really pleased with it. And as I said before, it's going to be what we're using for a long while. Before taking photos, rotate the zoom ring to extend the lens. So obviously that means we're in lock mode. So we come back out of lock mode there. And what I'll do is I'll go into live view here for you guys so you can see kind of how it works. So we have no memory card in there at the moment, but you get a chance to see, you can actually see in the viewfinder there as well, all the settings that you can adjust. I haven't really learned everything about how to use it yet, but you have the ability to change a few things on the fly, which is quite nice, and then you choose your priority. So currently that's aperture priority. The letter will actually change. Hopefully you guys can see that. Shutter priority, top right-hand corner, sorry, top left-hand corner. And then that's, I'm not actually sure what P is, some sort of priority. And then you've got manual mode as well, so you can have a full adjustment in there. And that's where I'll probably put Ken Rockwell's configs in. Effects mode and then scene mode. There is no actual specific video mode. You set up your shots how you want in and frame them in the mode that you want to work with. And then you start recording. So currently you can see aperture priority is actually set to 1080p 50. A quick tip for you guys, anybody out there who's interested in doing YouTube videos, obviously it now supports 60, which is one of the things that we really want to make sure we can do. And to make sure that comes through at a full 60 frames per second, you need to change the camera into NTSC mode. And now you can see 60 on the 1080p button there. So that's basically what we'll be shooting in a hell of a lot. We can just sort of mess with it a little bit, change it back to automatic focus and just sort of play with it a little bit. And yeah, I mean, it's a camera. I mean, it's a camera. What more do you want? But we're not going to be using it as a camera, really, like, at all. It's going to be mainly, as I said before, mainly used for working with video. And that is my intention. So if you guys are interested in this kind of stuff, if you're interested in finding out how the CAFcast does things behind the scenes, then please do feel free to get in touch. Let me know that you are enjoying this kind of thing, because I am more than happy to do videos like this to kind of demonstrate to you guys the stuff that I use. I could do videos where I kind of like show the way that I set everything up, get everything onto the tripods. You see that I've got the microphone at the bottom here. That's currently the microphone that I'm using at the moment, which is the Shure SM58. I'm more than happy to talk to you guys about all that kind of stuff. If it does interest you, please feel free to let me know. But until next time, guys, I think we're about there. Thank you very much for watching, guys. Don't forget to like the video if you liked it, dislike it if you disliked it. Let me know in the comments if you're thoughts are more complicated than that, and don't forget that you can always get in touch and let me know what you think about any of this kind of stuff, and whether you'd like to see more of it in the comments, or you can get in touch via, you know, the Facebook, the Twitter. There's various different ways. It's all down in the description. So until next time, I've been Caf. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you all soon. You've been watching the CAFcast. We hope you have enjoyed the show. Don't forget to check out all of our other videos. Oh, and be sure to subscribe to us if you like what you see. That way I'll know to make more, and that you really like me. So, you've been watching the Kevcast. We hope you have enjoyed the show. Don't forget to check out all of our other videos.